Good morning, I'm Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business, and let us tee it up here on Thursdays with my good friend William Edmundson over there from Abbey, ABBY, Executive Suites, and you can learn more about him at Abbey.com. I'm not only a fan, but a client, and have been now for I guess about a half a decade, if not longer, and love what you guys do. And, man, you have just grown and are doing new things and getting more and more creative. Talk about what's going on with Abbey before you introduce your guests.
Sure, Kevin. Glad to, and thanks for your business. As you know, Abbey is a chain of executive suites based right here in Houston, Texas, and we're very fortunate in that we have a product that helps people and their businesses be successful. And we do that by providing turnkey office solutions, whether people need a permanent office and need their phones answered, or whether they need a meeting room or even virtual office programs. And it's been really good, and we're thankful that we've had very good growth.
Very good. And your guest today?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm gonna have Lan Bentsen on with us. And he is the founder and the CEO of Shape Up Houston, and he's also the son of former U.S. Senator Lloyd Bentsen. Lan, thanks for coming on with us.
William, thank you so much for having us on today.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Shape Up Houston, if you would. It's very interesting.
When the show was being introduced, it talked about and what is the shape of business. And that's what we're talking about, is what is the Shape Up Houston. We have an organization called Shape Up Houston. We're a 501c3. We have the modest goal of reducing obesity in our community by 10% over the next 10 years, which doesn't sound like much, except when you understand that the rate of obesity, we've had a doubling of obesity in adults and a tripling in children over the last generation. We now have about 400,000 children and about 2 million adults that are cumulatively about 100 million pounds overweight here in Houston. So the Shape Up Houston is developing a program to deal with this.
Yeah, Houston, of course, is famous for a lot of great things, but over the last few years, it has really over the last decade found itself a contender often with Philadelphia, for number one in obesity, and I think that is one that we as Houstonians should try to shun.
It is, if you'll compare just the top the four largest cities, Houston is 10% heavier than Chicago. It's 20% heavier than L.A., 33% heavier than New York City. So we've got a serious issue. And then if you back it up in context a little bit, the United States is twice as obese as the rest of the industrialized world. It's literally a big thing that's happening to us, and it's as the University of Texas School of Public Health will point out, obesity is the gateway to heart, stroke, cancer, and diabetes. So we as citizens and employers need to be increasingly aware that this is a huge risk factor that's easing into our enterprise.
Yep, William?
Yeah, Lan, tell us a little bit about this 1 Million Pound Challenge that I've heard so much about.
This is going to be a fun way of addressing this. We've gotten the City of Houston and the YMCA and HEB as our anchors to launch what we call the 1 Million Pound Challenge. And it is, can we lose 1 million pounds? And we've created a website, apps, everything to deal with fun and easy ways to track your good health. We don't tell anybody how to lose weight. We just say, here's a good way to measure it. And then we go a different route with businesses, and we offer up a suite of challenges, 9 challenges that a business can adopt and do maybe over a 9-month period to encourage their employees to get to a healthy weight and to create competitions between businesses or between divisions, between branches of the YMCA or HEB stores, any number of challenges to create some fun and awareness in the issue of obesity.
Yeah, by the way, this year I lost over 25 pounds. I wasn't a part of this challenge, but I got to tell you, I feel about 20 years younger losing those 25 pounds. I've already walked 3 miles this morning, And it's amazing the difference that it can make in every single aspect of your life, not only in terms of, easier to tie your shoes, easier to take that flight of stairs, but more robust energy, even builds your self-esteem. You talk about a dopamine rush. You get out there and rigorously walk or run every morning, and it really kind of alters the whole way you look at your day.
It absolutely will, and I really would like to have your pounds, if you would. Please sign on to shapeuphouston.org and log in and give me your January weight and your current weight, and that'll go towards our total. We've lost about 50,000 pounds here in town, and we've actually taken the challenge to another level. We found that San Antonio had a organization called Fit City SA, and it had the city of San Antonio and their YMCA and their HEB as their anchors, and as we observed, they had the Battle of the Alamo, and we had the Battle of San Jacinto, and maybe between us we ought to have the Battle of the Bulge. So we are now
Battle of the Bulge
with the city of San Antonio to see which city can first lose 1 million pounds.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, anything I can do to help, although I think I'm pretty close to my optimal weight. But you can certainly have the 20-something pounds, probably close to the 30 I lost since January. So that would be fine. You're more than welcome to them. William, your next question?
Yeah, something I wanted to just point out, Lan, is on your website. There's some really neat things that people can use. 3 things I noticed. There are ways to track information about your weight loss, including track your progress, tracking what you eat, and tracking your physical activity. And those are really important for people who are really serious about it.
This is you can expect what you inspect. If you start tracking yourself and quantifying things, you'll be a lot more in touch with your health. I walked 1,000 miles last year. That was very important to me to maintain that kind of discipline and to keep my numbers on there, to see what my calories are, to see how many steps I've taken. Our site does all this. It calculates it, it tracks it, it shows graphs over time. It is a wonderful data source. You can even add your annual physicals in there for your glucose and cholesterol and all manner of things. So you can track yourself over time and be square with yourself on how you're doing. This is all under the guise. One, we have a couple of different bylines. One is what do you have to lose, and you need to know kind of what your BMI is, but your body mass index, that's the formal indicator of where a healthy weight resides. But there's another rule of thumb that your waist ought to be less than half your height in inches. So if you're 6 feet tall and you're 72 inches tall, then your waist ought not to be more than a 36. That's a quick indicator of whether or not you really need to be paying more attention to where you are on your weight. And then the other part of it is that good health is good business. If you compare the 10 most obese cities to the 10 least obese cities, you'll find that the 10 most obese cities have 70% more diabetes, 56% more heart attacks. So if an employer is looking to expand into a Houston or someplace else, if they see a profile that shows it's going to have a lot more medical cost to it, they're going to pass us by. Right now we have the health industry and the energy industry, but we're not attracting a whole lot of others because we've got a riskier profile, I'm afraid. So we really welcome this opportunity for the community to become engaged with us. Good health is good business.
So let me ask you, what did you say the optimal weight for someone who is 6 foot tall would be?
The optimal waist size, belt size.
Oh, waist size. Okay, and it would be how much?
I'm sorry, yeah. Your waist ought to be less than half of your height in inches. So if you're a 6 foot person and you're 72 inches tall, your waist would be half that, 36. It should be less than a 36.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm 5'11" and I'm 33, so I'm doing pretty good. That's great.
You're looking good.
Looking good. Got to keep it up, though. And I tell you, I think it's fantastic that you're doing this. And by the way, I am now officially registered over there at shapeuphouston.org, and I just contributed my pounds. So congratulations. You're welcome to have them.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Go ahead, Darren, with your next question, Wayne.
That's a good gift to give. Well, on behalf of Abby, I would like to thank Lan and for not only for his business, but for what he's doing for our community, because a healthy community is a good community.
No question about it. Yeah, thank you so much for your work and your effort, and I encourage you to keep it up, and I encourage the listener out there, go to shapeuphouston.org. We ought to, Houston's like the most awesome city on the face of the earth. I've been privileged to travel all over the world, and always am grateful to get back home. But one of the things we do need to work on is this weight issue. And it's interesting, the other major cities that you talked about, they kind of naturally and intuitively stay on their feet, particularly New York. I love going to New York. I spend a lot of time walking in New York. I bet I do 5 or 6 miles a day while there without even thinking about it. And so it's a little harder because our transportation works a little differently here. But this is a great city that can rise to that challenge. Don't you think there, Len?
I think that this is a great city. It's a rapidly growing city, which transportation becomes an issue. But by the way, Abbey has constantly accommodated our growth, and their flexibility is really a key part of our not having to break stride in office needs. They've done a fabulous job for us. But our city don't rely so much on exercise. Really pay more attention to what you're eating. Eat healthy portions of healthy foods. It's really pretty much that easy. Be careful what you eat. Read those labels. Understand that the things that come out of boxes, cans, and jars are often processed foods with sugar added and not a lot of nutrition. Try to eat fresh when you can. That's real important. Get your sleep and drink plenty of water, and things will come your way very readily.
All right, check out shapeuphouston.org. That's shapeuphouston.org. Even I signed up. You need to sign up too. And also make sure you check out my friends over there at Abbey. That's Abby.com. You can email them, Abby@Abby.com. Your number before I let you go?
Yes, you can reach us at 888-785-8800. Again, that's 888-785-8800. And let them know you heard about us on The Price of Business.
Thanks so much to both of you gentlemen. When we come back, much more for you. And you are listening to The Price of Business.